15 years ago, British wildlife cameraman Dave Houghton travelled to Africa to join a team determined to save Namibia's most iconic species, the cheetah.
Cyclops!
Often trapped and killed by farmers protecting livestock, the cheetah is now getting a second chance. Dave and his partner, Carla Conradi, work for an organisation rescuing cheetahs and other endangered animals, in the hope that they can then return them to the wild.
This is certainly a million miles away from where I grew up, and I never thought I would be here doing this job, working with the cheetahs and leopards, and I dreamed about it, but I never thought it would be a reality.
He's the boy!
The first group of orphan cheetahs have already been released into a 40,000-acre wildlife reserve.
Okay, girlie. Just don't come for me, okay?
Dave and Carla have done all they can. From here on in, the cheetahs are on their own. A gang of 5 rescued cheetahs have just spent their first night in the Okanjima Wildlife Reserve. This morning, Africat's Rescue and Release Officer, Dave Houghton, is checking on them. Along with Director of Welfare, Carla Conradi, and Field Coordinator AJ, Dave is responsible for the cheetah's safety in the reserve. Dave's using telemetry equipment to get a fix on the cheetah's location.
I think they're probably close to the road up here, AJ, a bit, so just keep going slowly, because they're quite close according to this.
The signals suggest the 5 haven't strayed too far from their release site.
Shall we go on foot from here, guys? You see them, AJ?
Yeah, I just caught a glimpse of a little bit of white. Oh yeah, I can see them now.
They're looking pretty relaxed anyway.
But one of the cheetahs is on the alert. 4-year-old Frankie has spotted movement further along the track.
Warthog, action.
A female warthog and her young have stumbled into the cheetah's path. They're at least 500 yards away, but already Frankie is onto them.
They look, they can see it. They might be really long-sighted, eh? Look at that.
In the wild, male cheetahs will hunt together. Bones follows Frankie into the thick bush, leaving the others behind.
Someone's calling, aren't they? Yep,
Yeah.
calling.
It's the one that got left behind, probably.
Frankie has never encountered warthogs before. Adult females are fiercely protective of their young, and an altercation could be extremely dangerous.
One of the mothers actually got the warthogs got separated from the youngsters, and we think that those 2 cheetahs have gone in to see if they can find them. So we need to kind of get up there as quick as possible. And we've got a cheetah here now, 2 cheetahs on the right here now.
The adult warthog is nowhere to be seen, but Frankie has successfully brought down one of her young.
Oh, poor piggy. Poor piggy. Piggy dead?
No, not yet. It's a youngster. But he's got a proper throttling hold on his throat. Yeah.
Cheetahs kill by suffocating their prey, clamping their jaws around the throat and windpipe. Frankie seems to know exactly what to do.
Come on, you put
I
left
know
lip
this is not
slide.
supposed to be the reaction. I just can't handle seeing poor piggy.
It's all over, and Frankie takes his prize to the shade of a nearby tree.
Well, You know, that's the thing they normally have to learn from their mum, that throttling. I mean, he got it straight off then, which is good.
Cheetahs expend huge amounts of energy when hunting. Their heart rates climbing to 150 beats per minute during a high-speed chase. Frankie is clearly feeling it.
Well, Frankie's still exhausted by the sounds of it. I'm still trying to catch his breath. And Bones is waiting for Frankie to let go, and he thinks he's going to try and steal it.
The 5 have been in the reserve for less than 24 hours. They've already made 2 kills, and this is Frankie's first.
Frankie still hasn't eaten anything.
Nothing.
I hope he's okay.
Oh, fine.
You just think he's completely overwhelmed by the whole thing.
That is his first kill ever.
It is his first kill ever. Frankie's either still recovering. I mean, he's still panting fairly hard there. And Bones is just taking full opportunity because he's a pig.
Wild cheetahs are normally taught to hunt by their mothers, but these orphans seem more than capable of looking after themselves.
The kill was perfect. Frankie did the proper, you know, kind of throttling kill here. Never hunted in his life before, and got it right first time. So it's going to go from strength to strength. I'll be pulling down giraffe next, I guess.
When the cheetahs were released into the reserve, no one really knew how successful they'd be. It's a fantastic result, but the experience has left Carla with mixed feelings.
It is a bittersweet moment in terms of I don't like to see animals squealing or being killed, but yes, I am proud of them, and it's something that I'm going to have to get used to. They're on their kill number 2. I'm quite shocked actually that it's happened so fast. I'm really proud of them, and they're going to go from strength to strength.
Eventually, having caught his breath, Frankie lays claim to his prize and heads off for a well-deserved meal. To live on the Okanjima Reserve is to share your home with the wild.
Round the gate, round the gate. There we go. Come on.
From the cheetahs through to wild jackal-pup Bandit, who has taken up residence at her house, Carla is surrounded by animals. But she wouldn't have it any other way.
Living with animals is become a part of what I do. I certainly couldn't go back to living in a house in Cape Town, maybe with a cat and a dog. I don't have children. My animals are my children, and there are over 100 of them at the moment, so it keeps me fairly busy. No, there's no ways I could go back to that sort of lifestyle.
Along with Bandit and the cheetahs, there's another group of animals that both Carla and Dave have grown incredibly attached to. They're a pack of 4 African hunting dogs, and they arrived at the foundation 5 years ago as orphaned pups. The dogs were discovered buried alive in an abandoned warthog hole after their parents had been shot by farmers. And for weeks, Dave and Carla fed them through the night to keep them alive. The dogs now have the chance to join the cheetahs in the reserve, and preparations have been going on for quite some time.
Okay, Rain, okay. Okay, my girl.
6 weeks ago, the dogs were anaesthetised, so the veterinary team could carry out vaccinations.
Can someone call Carla, please?
Anaesthetising any animal is risky, but after a stressful procedure involving the entire team, all the dogs were vaccinated.
I've got Spot here. And this is...
That's Ruby, that's Ray, and that's Ricky.
Ricky, yeah.
2 reds, 1 purple.
This was just the first step of a 2-stage process that will eventually lead to the hunting dog's release. The Okanjima Wildlife Reserve is home to a host of different species. And if everything goes to plan, there could soon be another. The Africat Foundation's pack of 4 hunting dogs are scheduled for release in the coming weeks. Alpha male Spot and alpha female Rain will soon be leading the pack out onto the reserve to begin an exciting new adventure. This morning, Dave is on the east side of the reserve, checking out the release site. Having cared for the dogs since they were just days old, Dave wants to give them as much help as he can in the days leading up to the release.
We're just coming up now to what's going to be, for our dogs, the big wide world. It's like leaving home for the first time. These guys have led a pretty cosseted life, and they're now going to go and face the dangers of the world. I've seen them hunt a mouse. This is as big as they've hunted. They're now going to be facing things a lot larger and a lot more dangerous.
As a pack, hunting dogs work together to bring down prey. But out here in the reserve, there are some animals the dogs would do well to avoid.
Over here, just next to me, there's a family of warthogs. When the dogs come in here, they're actually going to be pretty good, fair game. But further on, there's a small herd of oryx. You see the horns on an oryx.